Hi, my name is Amanda Osborne, and I am an independent consultant and district manager with Arbonne. So whether you just stumbled upon this video or somebody sent it to you, I'm so happy that you're here, and I just ask that you watch with an open mind. If this video was specifically sent to you by me or by somebody else, I can guarantee you that the reason it was is because that person sees great potential in you and thinks that you would be a huge asset to this company. So I'm going to begin with my story and how I began my journey with Arbonne. I'm 34 years old, but when I was 18, I went to school to become a teacher. My parents are teachers, my grandfather was a teacher. You could sort of say it was in my blood, and I thought that teaching was always what I would end up doing. My first couple of years in the field, I quickly discovered that it wasn't all I had dreamt it would be. But I was assured by people who came before me that nothing in life ever is, and this was the path that I had chosen, this was the money that I had put in, and this is kind of how it was going to be. So I accepted that. I decided that this was where my life was going and that I would just figure out a way to make it work. A little less than 10 years into my teaching career, I became ill with a pretty serious virus that left me unable to work for a period of time. When I was off from work, I started seeing a bunch of different doctors, some holistic and some medical, to try to figure out what was wrong. And it turned out that I have a compromised immune system, and I had to be really careful about the products that I chose to use and the diet that I chose to follow. Around this same time, a friend of mine from college reached out to me and presented Arbonne. I had never heard of them before, but she sent me a video similar to this one. And as I listened, I started to realize that it was exactly what had been recommended to me by the doctors I had just seen. These holistic, pure, and safe products and nutrition. I thought that was kind of weird, and I'm definitely a believer in everything happens for a reason and timing is everything. So I thought, wow, maybe I should really look into this. I started telling a few people about it, and as people do, they quickly told me to run, that this was a pyramid scheme and that I couldn't go anywhere but spend my own money on this company. I listened, I let the fear get in the way, and I told my friend that I didn't want anything to do with the business, but I would definitely try out the products. So I decided to do their 30 Days Healthy Living, which is the most wonderful program and one of the best products I think that we have to offer. And I started to feel really, really good. My energy level was up. I felt like a new person. I had never felt like this before in my life, always struggling with being sick. And I thought, wow, maybe there is something to this company. So I continued to use the products, but I still didn't want anything to do with the business. So I didn't attend any of the meetings. I didn't dive any further into what this could be. I just continued to use the products and kind of keep quiet about the fact that I had just signed up as an independent consultant. I decided not to go back to my teaching career, which was definitely one of the most difficult decisions that I've ever had to make, but it was truly for the best. I decided to look into becoming a fitness instructor. I was already a yoga instructor and I really liked that community. So I took on more yoga classes. I started my own business as a dance fitness instructor, and I also got certified in barre. I really loved the life that I had created. I had this flexibility within my career, and I was surrounded by this really positive and uplifting community, which I previously had not had the pleasure of being in. So I thought that this was it for me. In July, I had given birth to my daughter, and as my husband stayed home from work while I recovered and while we got adjusted to our new life, I quickly discovered how a little person can put a lot of pressure on a family. I watched my husband work really, really hard, and even though he didn't say it, I knew that he felt tremendous pressure to provide for our family and to make sure that our daughter was set no matter what. I started to feel really guilty about that. I knew that I was contributing a lot by being a mother and by bringing our daughter into the world, but I wanted to contribute more. Being a fitness instructor does not pay well for most, and I felt like I could be doing more. I thought about this little business that I had pushed to the side, and I wondered if maybe that could be the answer. So I reached back up to my upline and I told her I was thinking about it. And I decided, what the heck, I'm just gonna jump in. I didn't listen to anybody who told me it wouldn't work. I didn't listen to anybody that told me that I shouldn't do it. I thought about myself and I thought about my family, and I just went for it. So that was November of 2019. In December, I was in qualification for the first level of promotion in Arbonne, which is district manager. I decided to have a party, which I did not want to do. I can tell you that for sure. I didn't want to be the annoying girl. I was afraid that nobody would show up, and I didn't think I knew enough people to even get anybody there. But again, I knew that was the fear speaking, so I just put it to the side and I just put an invitation out there and hoped for the best. And I was super excited that people did show up. Whether they were there to support me because they were interested in the products or because they just wanted a glass of wine, it really didn't matter. It allowed me to get out of my own way and really give this business a chance. And we had a lot of fun. I presented the 30 Days Healthy Living program. We had a little bit of wine and an overall really good time. And on December 31st, I decided that I would become a district manager. I worked that night. I don't even remember until when, but it was New Year's Eve. I do remember that. And I woke up January 1st, a district manager with Arbonne, which was the best feeling. Previously, I had never been in a career where I was compensated for how hard I worked and really recognized for how hard I worked. So that felt really, really good. Once I saw that this could work, I decided that I wanted to share it with other people. So I began to reach out to people that were using the products, that really liked them, and that I thought would work really well with me and with Arbonne. So I began to build a team, which was really exciting. With my team by my side, in March, I qualified for Arbonne's second level, which is area manager. And that's where I'm at now. I'm in qualification for the second level of the company. And I can guarantee you that I will be promoting to area manager within the next 1 to 2 months. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so I'm gonna backtrack to what Arbonne really is and what we have to offer. So Arbonne is the #1 brand globally for healthy living inside and out. And I really believe that's where the health begins. So we have over 250 daily consumable products, and we believe in this connection between the mind, the body, and the skin. We use all plant-based ingredients that are backed by science and clinical research. We are a vegan company. We are dairy-free, gluten-free, non-GMO. We are kosher certified. We never test on animals. All of our products are free of parabens, which are linked to cancer. We have no mineral oils, no petroleum. Nothing that disrupts our hormones. So it really follows this super safe philosophy, and the US does not follow that. Europe does, but we even exceed the European standards. We exclude 2,000 harmful ingredients from our products, and the US excludes less than a dozen, which is pretty terrifying to think of. So I said before, I didn't want to be that annoying girl that bombarded people with products or had a bunch of parties. And that is not what Arbonne is, and that is not how I personally do my business, and I would be shocked if I found anyone in Arbonne who did. But Arbonne runs by social marketing network and by word of mouth. So we share all of our products through Instagram, through Facebook, and just through talking about them. So for example, somebody asks you for a restaurant recommendation and you tell them. They ask you for a Netflix documentary and you tell them. The difference is you're not getting paid to do either of those things. Somebody asks you where you got your mascara from, you tell them CVS. CVS doesn't care. So Arbonne does care. So when you recommend our safe and pure products, you get paid for them. It's something that we are already doing. So it's pretty cool that that is the simplicity behind this business model. So when you decide to be an independent consultant with Arbonne, essentially you have your own business, but you don't have to do any of the scary things that come with having your own business. You don't have to put out a ton of money to start. You don't have all the if factors in the works. Arbonne gives you everything. We give you the training. We give you the ingredient list. We give you this wonderful community that will inspire and uplift you so that you can be successful. Arbonne wants everybody to be successful, which is really cool in the world that we live in where everybody is in competition with each other. I can tell you firsthand that your Arbonne team will be there to support you 100% of the way. So back to the promotions that I had spoken about. I am currently at a district manager, which is the first level of the company. In this level, you are getting $240 to $1,500 a month. So that could be a car payment, that could be your groceries, that could just be a little extra spend money. Who doesn't want another $1,000 in their paycheck a month? And I can tell you that that is the average, but in Arbonne, we aren't all average. So there is possibility to make more than that. I can confidently tell you that. In area manager, which is the second, which is what I'm in qualification for now, you can make about $1,200 to $3,500 a month. And the best part about this part of the company is that this is where the willable asset comes in. So my paychecks, when I promote to area, will be passed down to my baby girl, which is what I always wanted, and this is how I got into this in the first place. I wanted to be able to support my family, and now I know that I can and that I will. The third promotion of this company is the VP, Regional Vice President. And on this level of the company, you are making $4,000 to $14,000 a month, and you get an $800 cash bonus towards a Mercedes-Benz. The tippity top of the company is National Vice President, and here you're making an average of $22,000 a month, and you have a $1,000 cash bonus to a Mercedes-Benz. And the best part about all of this is that there is no cap, so you can keep growing, and the harder that you work, the more that you get. There is no cap, there is no ceiling. You can just keep growing, keep learning, and keep earning. So I love that about this company. So in conclusion, I would love for you to just stop and think where your life is at now, and if you stay on that consistent path, where will you be in about 3, 5, 10 years down the road? And are you okay with that? If you see more and if you want more, it doesn't have to be a dream. I encourage you to forget anybody who told you that there is no other way, that this is the path that you chose. We always have the opportunity to change. It just takes a little bit of faith. So your health and your happiness are your most valuable assets. And in Arbonne, we give you that health and the potential to have the wealth as well. So it is a win-win no matter which way you look at it. You have nothing to lose. So I hope that this video opened your eyes a little bit about what Arbonne is and made you a little bit curious. And if you had that slight bit of curiosity, I encourage you to jump in to this business. And I can say wholeheartedly that you won't regret it. If you have any questions, reach out to me or reach out to the person that gave you this video. And I hope that you have the most wonderful day.